Hello everyone. Welcome back to Myst III Exile. This is your Phantom safety pin. When we last left off, we were about to link to Voltaic. The Age of Energy. Let's go! Here we are. Welcome to Voltaic. The Age of Energy, and very much a lot of rocks. And there's a lot of rocks. Those are so many rocks. Let's see if we can find over here. Well, that doesn't open. What's this? Oh, well, that's the book back to Jananan. That's good to know. We have a way out. We're not stuck. We've got a lot to explore. As we hear Jack Wall's beautiful score in the background. God, I can't get over the just smushing the pixels around effect for the water. We thought it was so spectacular in 2001, didn't we? I believe when I first recorded Myst III Exile, Voltaic was actually the first age I did with a friend of mine. However, I believe I ended up putting it later on because he really wanted to do it because it was his favorite age. And I'm just doing it because it was the most convenient. What's through here? Oh, what's that? More information from Severo's journal. He's remembering when he first saw Atrus. So here's how we have you remember how we had the pages we collected in Myst? Collecting pages of Severo's journal is our equivalent in Myst III Exile. Let's see if I remember any of these puzzles. What is this? Well, that's locked. Can't get in there. Oh? That's a ribbon special, hiding paths behind other paths. Oh? Where is this? Now that looks like it could be important. Remember that for later. A ladder. Never met a ladder I didn't want to go up. Oh? I'm going to do this. Nothing. Absolutely nothing else. Looks like one of the panels has been destroyed, too. I was going to close that again. I don't want to flood anything out, just in case we have to walk through that big turbine. Looks like that turbine isn't functioning anyway, so... yeah. Severo appears to have definitely made things a little more difficult here in Voltaic. What's through here? Huh? Oh. Well, that would help. Did I just open up all the fins? I don't know. Did I just open up all the fins? I opened up one of the fins. Huh. Huh? Oh, I can't get down there. It's flooded. Looking like we're going to have to close off that door before we go any further. Well, now let's see what happens if we do that. Maybe go back and see if that, accomplished anything for us. Now, I've always found the sky in Voltaic to be a little too blue. Almost indigo. Yeah, as you can see, the fins are open. So now that turbine could spin. But I guess initially the turbines were not like this. And so, you know, did in fact, break it apart. Now I can see the fins moving. We obviously can't stick our hands in that. That would be a very bad idea. Oh, hey. Huh. Still not open. Ah, but we can go down here. And what is down here? Oh. Huh. Well, that looks like something that might be interesting if we just click it into gear here. Ah. No. No, you don't want to? Huh. Well, maybe that's not how we solve that puzzle. Maybe we have to do things in a different order. Maybe we have to, turn it off and try that. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've played this game, and it's been a little while since I've done these puzzles, so there must be a different order we need to do. A lot of troubleshooting of things. We can keep that fin open, I think. We're gonna have to, wait, no, we're gonna have to close it, and then we're gonna have to climb down there and block it off, aren't we? Oh, yeah, now I'm remembering. Close it, and then we go... shut it off. Yeah, now I'm remembering. Now I'm remembering. God. I played this game, I think, the most of all of the Myst games when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. So I guess it's not all that alarming that I remember so much of it. I spent many, many long hours on these ages. They became almost my own reality to a point. Climb back down. Now, maybe if we do this, we should click into gear. Probably couldn't do that while it was while there were stuff involved. So now, hopefully, this should lock into place. There we go. And now we just go click the fin, right? And then we go up here, climb up here, and aha! Logic! Oh wait, no. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. What am I doing? Phantom, what are you doing? What are you doing, Phantom? Just trying everything and trying to see what sticks, I guess. I'm so big brain smarts. Oh, well now it's turning. Whee! Oh yeah, I forgot that you could stand here and it would do this and spin you around. Whee! Okay, enough of that. Open the door. So now we can progress, and now we're seeing kind of the conceit of this age. As we power things up, we get a little more progress. And that's why we couldn't go down there and do it while the water was running. It needed to be connected first. Oh. Oh? What is this?
What's the matter, Atrus? Can't remember how things work? Yet you explained this class so well when we first spoke of it in Orion. I want Cirrus and Achenar to learn everything they can, Savidro. First from Amateria, Idana, Voltaic, and finally from Narayan. When my boys come to see your people, I want them to see Narayan's traditions at work so they can see how civilization can balance an age. Do you know what they did when they finally came to us?
No.
You never came back. After class was over, you took your boys away, and you never came back. Cirrus and Achenar did.
Seems Savito is not keen on telling us just what Sirius and Akinar did. Rather, he wants Atrus to find and figure out what Sirius and Akinar did on his own. Of course, Atrus knows exactly about what Sirius and Akinar did, the devastation, but I don't think he has the full story. Or maybe Savito thinks that Atrus doesn't have the full story. That felt a little pointed, and yes, Savito, I don't remember how things work. Oh, hey! Dunny numbers. 1. Oh yeah, this puzzle. Now I remember. This is the puzzle where you do the connections. Oh, okay, I see. It's gotta be this way, now I remember. Now this puzzle does take a little bit of finagling to do, but... One more. Bingo! That looks about right. Oh, 2. Let's see. Can I connect this way? Bingo. And then let's see, going on to 3. I do love that the game decided to continue reminding us of things that we have seen before as a connection to other Myst games. And that it actually tried to make a connection to the rest. So yes, of course, the conceit of this puzzle is we're supposed to line up the connections here. Bingo. 4. Well, that's actually already connected. And 5. This ain't. And yes, it is a puzzle that takes a little while. There we go. First tried it. Not that it's too terribly hard. Again, Myst is not a difficult series, with the exception of Ribbon, which is really freaking hard. And the rest of the game, they're just not that hard. So we've done that. Oh, is there another pathway that I missed? No. See, I didn't really grow up in a desert area, so I don't have a connection to, like, deserty, canyony ages in the Myst series. I never really have. We're done in there, I think. I was always more connected to, like, foresty ages. Yeah, most things powered. Looks like we just need to power this one last thing, and that's going to take us some time. Can I open this door yet? Nope. Got a little bit more to explore before we can do that. But yes. So, Voltaic. I wonder what Atrus said about Voltaic. Let's see if I can figure it out. In his, writings. Ah. He has found his anchor. Seen in several of my ages. Whenever I focus on writing the inherent energy sources in a world. That's right. He writes the energy forces into the world. Thought of light. No possibility for life in an age exists without the presence of energy. It grows, transforms, and develops. Energy is the underlying fuel that powers all activity. To put more simply, energy powers future motion. Interesting idea. Ooh. Now, I might not be super fond of Voltaic, but I am very much fond of the structural elements of Voltaic, the way it looks almost organic as well as mechanical. We powered most everything. It's just a little minor thing we need to do. We need to find a way to get to that doorway, which is completely closed off. I can't help but think it wasn't supposed to be quite this hard when Cirrus and Akinar did it. Well, that's a pathway, but I want to see what's over here first. Oh. Well, that looks interesting. Also, that's quite a ways down. I kind of miss the ladder animations. I wish they kept it. Oh. Interesting. It looks like maybe we're going to have to do something with this... I don't know what it is, airship? It don't seem to work yet. There's some kind of inflation gauge. Oh. That walkway's destroyed. Seems like maybe Severo might have done a little more damage than just tampering with a few puzzles. It does nothing. Does this work yet? No? Nothing we can do here yet. I think we might as well head on back up. We got a whole other pathway to investigate. We did see that something over here was powered. That schemata. Yeah, when I think of voltaic, this structure right here is what comes to mind. This organic backbone structure. Oh? Hey, this spiral looks kind of familiar. In fact, the spiral kind of looks like something we saw in that schemata, so... Like, oh! Whee! Ah, yay! Fun spiral elevator! I really could. I really could just ride this elevator all day. In fact, I'm gonna do it again! I'm gonna just ride this elevator all day. Ride this elevator all day! Yup. Yep, just ride this elevator all day. Okay, nah. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. I've already spent too long f***ing around with this elevator. We need to go. But yes, I just kind of appreciate how Presto Studios was able to, like, make it feel so lonely and very much like a Myst Age without going too far. Like they added their own spin on it, and they really came out and they did something a little bit unique and different with it. And I think it really shows a little bit in their Journeyman DNA too, what they did to make it their own and unique. Well, now at a level I didn't pull. No. No, it doesn't do anything. Well, it does something. It opens a thingy. But it doesn't look like that's gonna give us anything yet. The little subtle details, how that shakes when it opens. Very cool. Huh? Well, there must be some way to get up and in there. It's looking like maybe we gotta... Ah, I see. We got things powered, but I don't think we're done yet. We need to find a way to get that ship area powered. The problem is, I don't remember how to do that. Yeah, Savito hit me a little bit hard with that. Can't remember how things work. I do not, in fact, remember how things work. I don't remember how things work. Kind of double meaning here for me. I see. I see. Yep, I see. Aha. Found it. Once again, that's a ribbon special. Oh? That's also very ribbon. I said, yeah, Presto really did their research. And I believe Presto did, in fact, they did a lot of background work. They looked into Myst and Ribbon and wanted to kind of make these strange structures, these organic-looking structures, these... And make things feel very realistic. Especially this grime look on these textures on this metal. Of course, it's not as great as it was back in the day. Screens were a little blurrier in how it's pixelation, but... I mean, I still think a lot of the design and the texture elements hold up. It definitely doesn't hold up necessarily the most graphically, like it's not as realistic looking. But the textures still feel very vibrant, and going back and revisiting it really does feel like I've come back home in a sense. Because as I've said, for a very long time, I had an autistic hyperfixation with the Myst series, and especially Myst III Exile. Very much so. I very much had an interest in it. Again, it's like coming back to a favorite old, like, childhood watering, like a favorite old childhood, I guess, park or something, or soda shop. Or I don't know. A favorite childhood game. Oh. That's a problem. What if I do this? Aha, there we go. Oh. Oh no. Are we gonna have to go in there, That looked like it was hot lava in there. I don't want to go in there. I think Savito's trying to burn me to a crisp. Was I right? Was there hot lava in there? There was like hot lava in there. But yeah. Oh. Which I'm like the present. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't look, that doesn't look safe, and also that doesn't look like it's closed. We're gonna need to, like, shut it down. Bring it back down. And then we can go in. Yay! Let's go in the lava room! That's kind of, like, Exile feels very cozy to me, yes, but that's kind of the scary thing, too, because, like, you don't know... What if Savitro were here with us and he, like, opened the thing and made all the lava come out? Oh, well, that's, you see that? Yeah, Savito's been artistically busy. Yeah, that's lovely, Savitro. What do you call this art piece? This piece of art, friend? I'm not sure I want to know. I'm not sure I want to know what you call that art. It's very good art. But I'm not sure I want to... Yeah, let's get a better look at that. That's yeah. Yep, that sure is Cirrus and Akinar burning a bunch of his people alive and causing people to die on his home age. His entire world burns. Yeah. Yeah, that'd do it. That'd make me want to declare revenge too. Yeah, absolutely. That'd absolutely do it. If you do the ages in a specific order, it does tell you the story of what happened when Cirrus and Akinar came to Narayan. Bad things happened. Very bad things happened. I need to go up, please. Thank you! There we go. Oh? Oh? Well, that turned on some kind of fan. So now we won't die horribly in the flaming death lava. No, Samidro! You did some good job with the lighting here, friend. You've done a bang-up job with the lighting. I'm serious. Like, look at his artistic integrity with this lighting. It really brings out the horrible flaming death in his portraits. Seeing it lit up like this. Really brings it out. He's got an eye for detail, that Savidro. I suppose when you have nothing better to do for so many years but, be alone on a bunch of ages, you gain some interesting hobbies. Like painting scenes of your entire culture's demise. So now if we do this, and there we go. Perfect. We now set it up, and of course, if we try to go back down in there, the lava's in there. We don't want to go in there. We don't want to open the door. Kill me. No? Okay. Yeah, it locks. There's no getting back in there. Not so sure I want to go back in there. But now we power the convection. Surely. Sure, if we go look at that schemata, everything should be powered now, right? Not quite, but I think we're getting there. And Voltaic's a very, very straightforward age. I think all of these ages are very straightforward. Very good at telling a story of what happened. I believe you do find the pages in a set order. I might be wrong, but I believe you do find the pages for Savito's journal in a set order. If someone wants to clear that up, go right ahead, be my guest, but now we get to the very final puzzle. So the answer is we gotta make these steam gauges hit that line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up. Come on. Yep, please. There we go. So I gotta make it hit just the right gauge. Is there another level up yet? No, there's not. Shut these all off. To take us down? Nope. This should take us down. There we go. It's kind of got to get to a certain thing. It's sort of like the one puzzle we did. So there is no steam. We're going to start up top. Let's see where that takes us. Sounds like having all of them open isn't the answer. Let's see. Let's try just these two. Let's go down and start opening up some other steam vents here. Take us down, please. Thank you. And I don't remember exactly which of these I need to actually open and close. I am silly. I'm missing a level. I completely forgot. Until I checked my old Let's Play that there's two levels. There's three levels. So I need to go up another level. I didn't realize there was another level up there. Yup.
What's the matter?
Phantom.
Can't remember how things work?
Let's try setting myself up here for this. I think there's supposed to be like 3 open here, and then like 2 in the middle, 1 or 2 in the middle. And then like 3 at the bottom. So you gotta get it roughly equal. And then I think we do this. Oh yeah, this should do it. I think this should do it. Because it's gotta be exactly equal with that line. It can't be a little over that line or a little under. Missing one. Well, I'm gonna have to cut out so much footage. Damn. I also have to keep slightly an eye on time. Because I think I only made it so that the, Aha! There we go! Bingo, bingo, bingo! And we are done. We can get out of this age. Oh my god. That took me an embarrassingly long time. And I'll freely admit that. An embarrassingly long time. But we got it. We got it. And hey, would you look at that? Hot air balloon. I've never ridden in a real hot air balloon. I'd like to someday, so it could be fun. Well, hey, we know what to do from here, don't we? Remember what that lever did? Why don't we try playing around with that lever? Yeah, there's gonna be so much I'm gonna have to friggin' cut out of that. Oh god, that was embarrassing. That took an embarrassing amount of time, guys. I'm sorry. We get to play in the spiral elevator again. Yay! And with that, well, take's just about done. I can say goodbye to this age. Yeah, that sun glare effect is so crazy. We thought that was so cool back in the day, didn't we? That you looked up and you were blinded by the real for actual sun in the game. So immersive! Doesn't seem like Savito spent a lot of time in this age. I don't blame him. If he came from a world that's so heavily connected to the natural, I don't think I would have wanted to spend a lot of time in there either. These people seem to live in these big tree-like structures kind of above a sea of clouds, judging by that painting we saw. So, well, and now the favorite tradition of all Myst games. The ride. The cool vehicle ride. Hell yeah. So while we're traveling, I just want to say this really does feel like something that would have been put in Ribbon. I don't know if Gen would have been one for hot air balloons. He seemed more interested in scientific and like electronics and stuff, powering stuff. Not so much one for the hot air balloons and the whimsy of Gen. And I love that we get to see kind of an overview of the whole age. Voltaic is not a very big age when it comes down to it. Alice, I think, maybe the smallest age of Myst III Exile. It certainly feels very tiny. Again, I never met a level where I didn't pull. Let's see what happens when we do this. Oh? Oh, hey! There is, in fact, some kind of electron... Oh? Oh, my. Well, you don't see that every day. You don't see that every day either. Now I've seen it all. Floating rocks, water that moves away from heat. Crazy! Wacky even! And so all of Voltaic's secrets are now ours. The Junon and linking book is no longer accessible to us, but that's okay because we have another way to get. Ooh. How's this for a view? And of course, we end off with a final playing of Voltaic's theme. Giacomo seems to be obsessed with writing themes for ages. He does it in Myst IV as well. But, you know, well. Is this structure, safe, Atrus? Is it safe? No? Is this, oh! Interesting. Now, the stranger must be damn talented if they're able to draw with one hand clinging onto something over hovering stones and get a picture like that. Oh. That's also very Riven. Well, it's time to head on back. Back to Junon, and we've got one of the symbols that we need to enter that scanner like Savira was doing. And that's the thing about Myst III Exile. It's very good at telegraphing what you're intended to do and where you're intended to go, and then it just kind of leaves you to your own devices. It's kind of cozy and welcoming that way. While also being a little bit, you know, unnerving and unsettling. Oh! Brings us back into the tower. Well, fancy that. Well, Saviro took a thing and he put it on the thing, so let's take the thing and put it on the thing. Oh? That's so cool. I wish I had... I wish I had something like that. Aha! We get a little closer to that book in the center. Oh?
Not so easy, is it, Atrus? Running like a rat through a maze, looking for some sign that'll help you save your world. Is it over here? Is it over there? Is it someplace I can't find? Cirrus and Achenar didn't care about saving Narayan. All that talk about fixing instabilities, rewriting the age so that we would be free to live our lives, that was just talk to hide the truth of why they had come. But we believed their lies, Atrus. So we abandoned our traditions, forgetting that those traditions were keeping Narayan alive. And when the lattice trees started to die, I followed them here to tell them what they had done. And they laughed. They said they would never fix Narayan. They said that they had already taken everything it had worth saving. So, my dear old friend, Atrus, I brought you to this place where your education begins. Find the remaining two symbols, and then come see what your boys did to Narayan.
They made Narayan great again? That was maybe a little... Maybe that was a little too close to home. God, Oh, hey! I missed this. We hear information about what happened to Savidra after we followed Cirrus and Achenar, which is interesting considering what we just heard. God. But yes, that's the thing about, Brad Dourif in his roles. He puts this intensity and just genuine energy into what he does with his roles. I believe he's actually retired now, but I think his role as Savito is one of his more intense roles just because he puts this raw rage into it. You can really just feel this anguish and this anger that this man has, and it's just fascinating and fantastic stuff the way he portrayed this character. I see why he was tapped to play the role, and I believe he was actually asked to play it because he's a fan of the Myst series. So, there you go. Brad Dourif's got good taste in video games. Ah, of course he does. Of course he does. Of course Chucky would have good taste in video games. He doesn't play shitty video games. He'd never play a shitty video game in his life. Although now I have this mental image of just Chucky, like, walking around Myst Island trying to figure out what to do, swearing at all the marker switches, and it's just f***ing hilarious to me. But I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Myst III Exile. This has been your Phantom Safety Pin. I have been on Jananin and on Voltaic. And I will see you in the next one.